And Invasion of the Body Snatchers was one that's been on my list. I mean, all these movies have been on my list and on my radar forever, but like, I felt like it was one I needed to get to right now, I guess. But
You watched the old one too, right?
I did watch the old one too, and I actually have seen. There's like a 2007 version that I watched a long time ago when I was a wee lad, and it's got, I think, like Daniel Craig and Nicole Kidman in it. Pretty bland and boring, like the 56 version. I believe it's 56 version. Yeah, I'm glad you guys. I don't know if you guys didn't watch that one, right? Like,
I was going to, but then I just didn't have time because I kind of wanted to after watching the 70s version. But
go ahead if you really want to, but it doesn't. It doesn't elevate it any farther than the 70s version does at all. It's like a middling 50s movie in my opinion, and it's very boring. But I don't know, it has its moments, its charm. But
I mean, it's based on a book, right?
Yeah. Did a little research on the book, and it seems like the 70s version does it for the most part, but the ending of the book is like way different than all the versions of the movies. So I guess we'll get into it. But what do you guys think overall of Invasion of the Body Snatchers 78? I believe it's 78.
I kind of liked it. I mean, I had a good time watching it. I mean, it was like easy for me to watch, honestly. I expected it to be, I don't know, more of a drag, I guess. But that was good. Some like old ass actors. Or young.
But yeah, with like fucking Donald Sutherland and stuff.
Yeah.
Or fucking Jeff Goldblum randomly. Like he's so fucking young.
That was a surprise, yeah. Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah, Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I actually enjoyed it. I feel like I was engaged pretty much like the whole time, like trying to figure shit out. And I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, there were some like weird unexplained things, or like I had some questions, but I wouldn't really say that there were like plot holes. But like, I don't know. We can get into that later. But overall, I liked it.
Nice. What about you, Alex? How did this one hit you?
No, it was actually pretty good in terms of like just before the 80s horror movie type. I don't know. It did a solid job. The practical effects were pretty good. I mean, I thought they were pretty cool when it got gruesome. It was just gruesome enough where it was like that grindhouse gruesomeness and things like that. And then just I guess one thing that stood out for me was the constant ultrasound sound that went throughout the movie, because it's like all these people are being reborn into these creatures by these plants, so it's just the constant sound that's going on in the background. I was like, that was pretty effective, and I think I don't know, it really stood out for me. I like that part. And then like in the background of shots, the unsettling moments where there's just people staring at them, and I don't know, it was just, as a horror movie, it was very effective. So I thought it did very well. It was unsettling, but not like, I mean, it was campy, but it was good. Very enjoyable.
Nice. Yeah. I'm glad we all liked it. I was kind of worried that it wouldn't land for some people, but I feel like, out of like most 70s or like most like older horror movies, this one is like pretty well crafted, and like you guys said, it moved well. It moved pretty fast for me too. It just kind of like led you there, and I'd say maybe Donald Sutherland is a big part of that, maybe. But what'd you guys think of his? I thought it was pretty fun just seeing him like operate at that age, I
thought it was just hilarious that like he's supposed to be a health inspector. Like, is that like legit for health inspectors? Like a health department? Like that? Like, I don't know. They have like a full fucking lab and people analyzing shit. Like, I don't know. I don't know what it's like to be a health inspector. So like, I don't fucking know. But like, I thought that was kind of like hilarious. But
it was a way more legit profession in the 70s, dude. Like they had it was like up and coming.
I don't fucking know. I guess. Dude, also, he just seemed like a chill dude. I mean, like, he was a fucking asshole for his job, but I mean, like, I don't know, you probably gotta be, And then him coming out, like, after, like, reviewing that place poorly, and the two fucking chefs are sitting out there with his cracked windshield and shit. But, like, also, like, he's just, like, making dinner, chilling, drinking some wine when the other, like, I don't remember her name, but when she, like, came over to tell him about shit.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Elizabeth,
Yeah. I think
that scene, like, because I wasn't really like fully on board with his character really until that scene came along. I was like, all right, this guy's chill.
He seemed like more of a chill dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's like he's like he speaks very softly in this movie a lot of the time. Like there's sometimes where you can like barely catch like what he's saying almost, you know, and it's like makes you lean in, but it also like makes him like a very like soft character, like soft chill, you know. Like you want to be, you're like on board with him.
You warm
after,
up to him,
After that scene, like you're pretty much on, I'd say. But and then it kind of pays off, I guess, in the end if we want to jump to the end. But like his like subdued performance, I feel like you kind of have to start somewhere like that in order to pay off any sense of like, is he the alien or is he not at the end? I mean, it's pretty obvious to me, I guess, but like if he was at 100 and then he's at a 0 at the end, it's like too obvious, you know. So you got to like find somewhere there, but
right.
I don't know. I still questioned it at the end.
Really?
I don't know until he started doing the shriek. Because I mean, like, I don't know. I'm like, is he just playing it cool? Like he knows, like, he has to like not show any emotion, you know? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, when he gets in line, it's like, okay, I think he is, but it's like, is he buying into it or is he just like hiding?
Right.
Yeah, pretty sick ending too. I mean, like the screech reveal and then just like the zoom into the mouth, like and then just like silence over the credits too. It's it's definitely got some style.
That is one thing that I did notice. It had a lot of like life to it. I mean, the whole movie for being a 78 movie, it was a lot of fun on top of
like
doing
the job.
Had a lot of
because it is a remake, but it like goes above and beyond, like 100%. Like it's just got so much more.
Feel the chemistry between like all the characters where they're all kind of like freaking out, you know, and like Leonard Nimoy's character is like trying to like rationalize stuff and
great role for Leonard Nimoy. I mean, it plays like into all his strengths.
Like he was like already snatched, you know,
because like start out
right off the bat, like he's just like gaslighting the fuck out of like
it wouldn't make sense to, like,
characters, and I'm just like, why would you just like disregard this? They just saw a dude like running down the street who just got like beat to death by a fucking mob, and like you're telling me that nothing is going on? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I knew that was the only character where I was like, okay, it's obviously he has already been snatched. Because
I did have a question for you guys, because like I actually don't know, and I watched this with somebody else too. So like when after they get together with Leonard Nimoy and they go back and it's like focused on Jeff Goldblum and his wife in their like spa, there's like the body, the like plant body of Jeff Goldblum, like the snatched body. And then it like goes off to another scene where Donald Sutherland goes to what's her name's house and saves her, I think. I don't know. But after that, when they get back there, Leonard Nimoy's like, there's no other body here. And then the window is open and you see the trash men outside. So does that mean after that, Jeff Goldblum was snatched?
I assume so. Because his body's gone, I don't know. So it's like the new version, right?
To me, it seemed like he showed emotion after that. So I'm like,
I get your confusion because I thought the same thing, but he's definitely snatched afterwards because
that's what I like assumed because like I don't know when else he would have done that. But also, right after that, they go back to Donald Sutherland's house, I think, and like, what the fuck is up with people taking naps in gardens? Like, why would you do that? Why would you take a nap around a bunch of plants? But like, I'm pretty sure there's 3 bodies there. And there's like one for each of them, which would also include Jeff Goldblum.
When Donald Sutherland's like having his little nightmare thing, or I thought it was 3 Donald Sutherlands, but maybe that was wrong too. But.
Is that possible? Shit, I didn't. I thought there was one.
Yeah, no, one did look different to me, but maybe I definitely saw it. It didn't make sense to me that there would be 3 of one.
Yeah,
dude, so I was like,
I just thought it was one for each of the people there. But
maybe
that makes sense if they're all Donald Sutherland, you know.
Multi copies.
Yeah, I thought like the weird like white fabricy texture did a lot of like good in this movie. I mean, the space goo at the beginning too. Like just
totally wouldn't have made it through the atmosphere. I'll tell you that. Movie over. It would have burned up on it.
30 seconds. It doesn't even get off the planet it's on. It's like okay, no invasion. But I mean, the look of that is like, and then it like lands on the leaf. And then it like spreads out. Like,
you know, I feel like instantly too, like, I feel like what was cool about this movie was like before people were even snatched, you kind of just like saw people in the background who were like looking fucking weird. And I don't know. I feel like that was just like so fucking good.
It's a nice
Because like
touch,
you're
yeah.
like, oh fuck, are these people snatched? You know, like who all is fucking snatched out of these people? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty neat.
I think that's the highlight of like this concept in overall for like sci-fi concepts is like there's like this like ethereal horror. It's kind of like benign in the society almost. It's like, I mean, to me, it's like almost allegorical for like depression. This movie where it's like just like slowly getting your society, you know, like, but yeah, just having like the like intangibility, I guess, of the concept where it's like it's not just like in your face a creature or something like that. It's just like a slow realization.
That fucking dog.
Dude, what's
Honestly,
a monkey dog?
That dog might have been the scariest part of the movie for me.
That was the one where I was just like, what the
what a shock. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what is that?
Something went wrong in the shop there.
Yeah.
Transformation.
Osmosis didn't quite work.
Yeah. I think like in other versions of this, it's like too boring because it's just like too many people just doing nothing and being kind of vaguely weird, you know, but like if you hit it right, which this one did, like even like the dude at the with the garbage can, like right at the beginning, it's her husband just like staring 100-yard stare for like 30 seconds. It's like, they just hit it well.
He was like one of the points like that, like him specifically and his actions were one of the things I kind of had like problems or like thought was kind of weird. Like, why did he wait so long to try to snatch her?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's definitely.
Why wouldn't you just do that immediately?
Yeah. There's definitely
that's what I kind of didn't
parts
understand.
where it's like, why are you gaslighting them? Why aren't you just like holding them down and like, you know, so it's, I guess after a while, it's just like, they're being very gentle about it or something. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I think after that, really like the last gripe I kind of had was just like I really didn't think that it was necessary to have like any kind of romantic relationship between Donald Sutherland and the other lead,
Elizabeth.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like you kind of just could have kept them as friends and it would have been fine. I feel like that really didn't add anything. And I feel like it was kind of like just weird.
I think they were just trying to drive home the fact that, in order to still be human, you need that, you know, that emotion. And what's the one emotion everyone thinks of? Love, right? Yeah. So they were like, we have to have them say, I love you at some point. And I guess the chemistry was kind of okay in the beginning and you kind of felt like he kind of wanted to smash, but she was taken.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, like how open they are immediately, though, because she's like, "My husband's different. I'm coming to hang out at your place. He's okay with it." It's like, okay, you already smashing, like shit.
Sutherland's like, all right,
I've done this before.
I'll cook you some dinner. Like, okay, yeah.
I'll open a bottle of wine.
I do agree with you on that one. It did feel when they said "I love you" to each other, I was like, oh, that was kind of
I thought it was just like a little unnecessary. I don't know.
That's fair.
And there was one point where they got in the truck and I'm just like, why did they just corner themselves?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, that really bothered me. Like they're running from these people and they get into a truck where the only way out is towards the people. I don't know. I mean, the truck, all that had to do is hit the brakes. Clearly it didn't, but
classic horror. Gotta go towards the danger, not away. For some reason.
Yeah. I mean, the movie was very effective in what it did, and it was fun.
Great tone
along the way.
I thought the score added a lot to it too. The score was like something that stood out as like unique and kind of impactful at the moments it needed to be. And I made the note that it gave me like Johnny Greenwood PTA vibes almost at times, where it's like plotting along with the action, and it's like juxtaposing it in like this like distinct way almost. Like maybe I'm just like reaching, but it was good. And I think the dude who made the score only made this score and never made a score for a movie ever again. So like,
really,
it's kind of crazy. Yeah, he's like a jazz musician or something like that. And this is the only one.
More important things to do.
Yeah, he's out there
getting some bebop,
ripping it up. Yeah. Only other note I have before we move on is that I noticed a lot of like foliage and green life at like the edges of the screen in this movie is like a visual motif or whatever. But I don't know. I mean, it's hinting at like how the aliens got there. But I was just like thinking about like why are they constantly putting plants at the edge? I was like, maybe it's like their outside life is creeping into your dwelling. You know, this foreign like stuff is like coming in, and you can't really like help it, or like it's already there, and you just like, you know, it's okay. You know, like,
It's nice too, at least with this one, like we've mentioned, the people in the like the background and the foliage. It's like they use the entire frame. It's not just the characters you're watching. Like there's people doing stuff in the background. It's like a Wes Anderson film where you can always just be watching anywhere in the background besides the characters, and there's somebody doing something. It has a purpose, which was kind of cool. I mean, for a 78 movie, I think that's pretty cool to be
Yeah.
that aware of like using the entire frame and having everybody, you know, have a purpose instead of just kind of me entering.
for sure.
So
Yeah, keeping it like locked in twos, and yeah, that's a good point. No, I like, I don't know. I dug the themes of the, I don't know, like maybe I was reading into it too much, but it was less like, yeah, like depression and like societal weirdness, you know, like feeling like you're, the mob mindset and shit like that. So I appreciate it for that, because it was like, you know, you're like, I don't know, I feel like I'm constantly fighting that shit nowadays of like
becoming a zombie and
this being
but
like
it's okay.
part of
You don't feel anything anymore.
Yeah, right.
I mean, especially there at the end where she's just sitting there. They're all just sitting there like that, and she just turns off the spinner, the stirrer, without even looking at it. It's just
yeah,
so,
just fucking brain dead. It's like, damn, too real.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give this one 4 stars. You know, it's solid.
That's what I gave it.
Solid.
That's what I gave it too.
Hey, well, chalk it up.
That's
a 4-star movie.
Yeah. This is definitely one I would watch, like, you know, Halloween time, or like if I had a friend who didn't see it, or significant other, I'd be like, yo, we should check this movie out. It's good.
Yeah. I think it's universally agreed that it's the best version too. So just go to this one for sure.
What was it, 78, 79?
78. Yeah.
78, I believe.
Late 70s.
Good year.